Okay, you're back with your Mystic Zaza, and we are here with another recording. What does the collective need to hear right now? What does the collective need to hear right now? Angels, floods, that of the highest light, please come through. What does the collective need to hear right now? May the cards fall out of the deck. Crowning card, please. Thank you. We have the High Priestess. Okay. It's telling me to pull more cards. Damn. Wow. We have the Magician. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the King of Swords. That's interesting. One more card, please. The universe tie it all together. We have the Judgment card. Okay. So with the the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, what I'm getting is a level of authority and a level of like highest ranking. Didn't get a Hierophant though, which would have been quite interesting if I did. It's given me a level of authority. With the High Priestess card, that talks about somebody who has direct line with the universe, who has innate knowledge, who is, again, the highest level, right? So in a priestesshood or in a temple of priestesses, the High Priestess is the highest ranking. She's like the elder. She's the one who has the deepest and most clear connection to the divine. And she holds a lot of secrets. That is generally the case. That is the number 2. She holds a lot of secrets. But I'm seeing the traditional High Priestess card where she's sitting with a scroll. So in my mind, she gets the secrets. The secrets are given to her. And then she transcribes them onto scrolls and stuff like that, and then teaches us to, and like does the will of the divine, right? In this one, she's holding a crystal ball, so it's like definitely a deep knowing, a knowing of, and someone who is deeply tapped into the shadow work and light work, right? Because you have the 2 pillars. You have the dark pillar and you have the light pillar, and then the dark and the light's opposite ends. So this is someone who is deeply connected to their shadow work and who has a deeper insight than your general person, practitioner kind of vibe. And then with the Magician card, this is somebody who uses all the tools that they have available, which is their mind, their heart, their finances, as well as their passions and creative insights, to bring their wishes and manifestations into fruition, into reality. These 2 cards usually follow each other, the Magician and then the High Priestess, but it's reversed, right? So instead of using all of your tools that are in your arsenal to manifest, then you get the insight from using these tools, and the experience, it's the opposite. You have the insight, you have the I want to say inspiration from the divine and not necessarily from your experience. And this gives you insight on how to take your tools and manifest with them or create with them or bring into reality. So it's a little bit swapped out. With the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, I'm getting... This is quite interesting because they are literally opposite ends, right? So the King of Pentacles is super grounded, super like rational, super like in their ish, and financially physical. They're in the physical. Whereas the King of Swords is like literally up in the clouds. Very mental, very airy, very cutthroat, quite cold, quite intense, where Pentacles is like earth energy. It's very nurturing, it's very like growth orientated, whereas Swords is very air, mental energy, cutting energy, cold energy, non-grounded energy. It's very up in the air. I'm kind of almost getting that these are like two people. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to do this reading as if these are two. So with the High Priestess and the King of Pentacles, that makes sense, right? Like that makes sense because she is... I'm going to clarify it in this way. The universe, let's see. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. There are options here, okay? There are options. So the first option is either to be the High Priestess, which is quiet, keeping things secretive, and being that being the major arcana in that like section of this reading. And then the King of Pentacles, who is like super grounded but also very slow moving. And then the clarifying card that we got was the Four of Swords, which is like rest. It's rest. It's like, you know, you're sitting in it and you're waiting and you're letting it all come to fruition in rest mode. Then you have the Magician, which is like very action orientated. And again, the High Priestess and the Magician is like feminine and masculine. Pentacle energy in my mind is very feminine. It's very nurturing, growth, building kind of energy. Whereas the King of Swords is very masculine energy. It's very cutthroat, very like intense, very like bold and to the point. So then with the Magician, you have the King of Swords and the Six of Swords, right? So all these swords energies, because there's literally a sword in every single one of these. Then you've got this other option or this other decision, this other choice to make, where you can be like super action orientated. You need to be super cutthroat, very fast moving, and then go towards where you're being guided to, right? With the Six of Swords, it's like literally you are on the boat with the divine and you're going. But I want to see like what the outcome is for either of these options. One card, please. Okay, so with the High Priestess energy, you can have the Ten of Cups, which is the outcome. And then with the Magician section, you can have Burden, which I can understand because it's very fast moving, very action orientated, and there's a lot going on, right? So with this fast movement, getting all your resources, being really cutthroat, being like very like on the go, getting shit done, getting on the boat, moving towards that new section, it will cause a lot of burden. You'll have a lot on your shoulders. Whereas if you take your intuition, sit, wait, be patient, be calm, wait for the roots to settle, for the plants to grow, in that rest mode with the High Priestess, you will have the Ten of Cups, which is, in my mind, the better outcome. What does the collective need to know? in this time of you building up to the Nine of Pentacles, you know, this point of like looking good, feeling good, being in tune with your guides, being in tune with your finances, being in tune with your mind, looking very good, which comes with a lot of like, which generally comes with finances, like having your finances together. And this is the Nine of Pentacles, which is one before the Ten of Pentacles, which is generational wealth. There's a choice. There's a choice to either sit and rest and be calm and relaxed in that state, or being very action orientated. All I can say is if you do not sit and rest, you are going to be burdened, right? Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like being burdened and having a lot on your plate is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's the 10 of Wands. There's going to be a lot happening. It's like a lot of like creative burden, a lot of pursuit burden. Whereas the 10 of Cups, and again, like we've got two tens here, that's just insane. 10 of Cups is like fulfillment, happiness, love, celebration, kindness, partnership, that kind of energy. So sitting in this Nine of Pentacles energy, you need to decide where you want to go. The one option, you have someone with you and you're good and you're lacquer and it's a vibe, and in the other section, you're very alone because it's very cutthroat and very like I don't need anyone. I've got everything I need. I've got all my resources. I've got this. I can do it. I'm going on this journey alone. I'm fine. And the other one is like, I currently am alone, but I'm also with the divine, and I know that everything's going to work out, and I know that I'm going to have this support and this kindness and this love. It's going to come through. So we've got a 2 and a 10 and a 1 and a 10. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So with this like High Priestess energy, right, where you're in tune, you are an authority, you have a direct channel to the divine, and you get these insights, you get these secrets, you get this calm and quiet, like these downloads, right? And you have this King of Pentacles energy of like calm rootedness, stable, rested energy, and like things just like grow around you. Remember I was talking about finding someone, so now we've got the Queen of Pentacles. In that energy, you will find the Queen of Pentacles, which is like your divine counterpart, right? And with that comes the Ace of Wands, which is like a divine gift of passion, of creative pursuits, of creativity, of passion, really. So in my mind, that's the better option, but that's just my mind, right? And the other one, like I feel like you are being called towards the first option, even though maybe you're going towards the second option, which I think is the case. And the collective is, you're like fighting, you're like doing the things, you're like fighting off the people. It's like you're not wanting to take support. It's like a deep feeling of like aloneness and like unsupportedness. I don't know what's happening with the collective right now. But like you want this 10 of Cups. Like it's like all in the pursuit of 10 of Cups, all in the pursuit of like getting your finances together, getting your like generational wealth sorted, which seems to be the case in like 9 out of 10 people's lives. It's very much like the rat race and how to better yourself financially, right? And I think at this moment in time, you're at the precipice of like the 9 of Pentacles, which is like really getting your shit together to create this 10 of Pentacles. But like you can get this, but like what kind of outcome are you going to have at the end of it once you've received it? Like what kind of life are you going to have? What kind of person are you going to have? So I think that the universe is very much like just asking you to be reflective and like decide like what human you would like to be. Are you going to be the one that is like who has just like gained all the resources, and I think like also gained those resources a little bit unethically, and like powered on and gone on like a power hungry like situation? Or are you going to be like a humble servant of the divine? um yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, that's really what I'm getting. Are you gonna wait for your ships to sail in? Like, wait for your ships to sail in? Or are you going to like rush forward and like lose all the support and energy that may have come with you just being a little bit patient and waiting? It's up to you.